Have you ever wished you could just bottle up that perfect taste of summer berries and enjoy it all year long? Well, in this explainer, we're digging into a really fascinating, old-school method for doing exactly that. And it's inspired by the kind of wisdom that gets passed down through generations.
So let's set the scene. You've got this huge haul of beautiful, fresh berries. But what if your freezer is totally full? Or what if you just don't want to load them up with tons of sugar? How do you lock in that incredible fresh flavor?
You know, the answer actually comes from the past. It's a technique that feels like it comes straight from an Oma's kitchen, a grandmother's kitchen. It's a really time-tested way to preserve not just the flavor, but the good stuff in the fruit, too, by using the berry's own juice.
Okay, let's get into it. This method is pretty brilliant, but it doesn't work for just any old fruit. Nope, it's absolutely perfect for a few specific kinds of berries.
We're talking about blueberries, huckleberries, and currants. These guys are the all-stars for this technique. Why? Because they have just the right makeup to release enough natural juice to basically preserve themselves. And that right there, that's the secret to the whole thing.
So, what do you actually need to pull this off? You might be surprised. It's actually a super simple setup. You don't need any fancy, expensive equipment.
All you really need are your berries, and definitely make sure you have some extras on hand. That's important. Then you'll need some clean glass jars, and it helps if they're all about the same size. Lids, of course, a big pot that's deep enough for the jars, and a little cloth or towel. Seriously, that's it.
Now let's talk about sugar. You've got options here. You can go the traditional route, add maybe a tablespoon per jar to get that classic sweet preserve, or you can just skip it. Let that pure, incredible berry flavor be the star of the show. It's totally up to you.
All right, this is where the real magic starts to happen. We're going to use a gentle water bath to coax the juice right out of those berries and turn it into a completely natural preservative.
Okay, first you're going to pack your jars with berries. And I mean pack them in there, right up to the very top. Then, set them on that cloth in the pot. That little trick prevents cracking. Fill the pot with water as high up the sides of the jars as you can get it. Bring it all to a boil, and then immediately, and this is key, turn the heat way down to a gentle simmer. You'll actually see the berries start to shrink and release their juice. That's your signal. Grab those extra berries you saved and start topping off the jars. You want to keep them full.
So how do you know when to stop adding more berries? It's all about watching for one thing. You wait for that moment when the beautiful, dark juice starts to rise up and completely covers all the fruit in the jar. Once you see that, you know you're ready for the next phase.
Okay, so now your berries are basically swimming in their own delicious juice. The next goal is to lock all that amazing flavor in, safely and securely, so you can store them for a long, long time.
Right, so once that juice covers the berries, you let the jar simmer for about another 5 to 10 minutes. That's for a final bit of sterilization. While that's going, get your lids ready in some boiling water. Then, you gotta work fast. Pull the jars out, wipe the rims clean, and seal them up tight. But wait, you're not done. Here's the final and kind of brilliant step. You wrap all the hot jars up together in a big, thick, warm blanket.
And that blanket, that's the real secret weapon here. It's not just to keep them cozy. By slowing down the cooling process, you're letting all that trapped heat continue to sterilize everything inside, which guarantees a perfect, rock-solid vacuum seal. It seems so simple, but it's an absolutely crucial step.
So after all that gentle, careful work, what's the big payoff? Well, it's pretty awesome. And it means you can free up that valuable freezer space for other goodies.
The payoff is about a year's worth of shelf-stable berries. You've basically just made little glass time capsules of summer that you can pop open whenever you want, even in the dead of winter. And storing them couldn't be easier. Just find a dark, cool place, a pantry, a cupboard, whatever works. No fridge, no freezer. They'll just be there, perfectly preserved, waiting for you to spoon them over some oatmeal, mix them into yogurt, or hey, just eat them straight from the jar.
You know, a process like this really makes you think, doesn't it? In our world of high-tech kitchen gadgets, it's just amazing to think about this simple, powerful knowledge that's been passed down. It makes you wonder, what other forgotten techniques and bits of kitchen wisdom are just out there, waiting for us to rediscover them?